guys.
We have a Jason and a Colton and a Galen. What's up, gentlemen?
Same old, same old.
We've got names. Galen's the G. Yeah, I did change the blue. I was thinking about going even darker. I was thinking, let's see. Let's see how this looks. See what you think.
That's good.
And we'll change it up. Page setup. Let's go background color, like really dark. How about like that? We'll change all the text to white or something.
Okay. Okay.
I'm getting crazy.
You can change it to white, I'll be okay. But the color blindness in me, it wasn't gonna fly the other way.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe we'll change this to like a orange that will stand out as our work. Our work on this side is going to be like orange. Or yellow. Ooh, yellow's nice. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. All right, fantastic. Welcome, gentlemen. We are in exercise 34, which means that nobody even saw what I was doing there because I didn't share the screen.
I saw. That's because I had
only you guys saw, but the people on the on YouTube had no idea what we were talking about. So change the background. I think that looks hot. That looks cool. Like so mainstream. I don't know what mainstream means, but that's it right there. So we are at exercise 34, which means we are booking through Weingreen's exercises. Because remember, how many are there? How many chapters are there?
Is it 44?
42.
Oh,
42.
Wow. That don't
we are
feel
pushing our way through. Yeah, I was looking through videos earlier that are on our. What is that? I was looking at videos earlier about things we used to do. Like we had the composition group from Weingreen's composition book that lasted for like one chapter or two chapters, and it had a really dark background like this. And I thought, well, that looks good. So yeah, let's do this from now on. That's pretty. 1a, Adonai Tzivat Avraham. I'm sure that the book says Tziva Adonai et Avraham. Lemor, Tze me'artzcha u'mibeit avicha el haaretz asher omar elecha. Omar, future. All right, so God commanded Abram. He gave him an order, a command, saying, okay. Letzavot in Hebrew is like, what's the word in Greek for give command? Keluo. Kelusa. He gave an order, a command. He ordered him to do something. That's a fun verb. Adonai commanded Abram saying, Tsei me'artzcha, go out, or get out. Tsei me'acheder, get out of the room. Tsei me'acheder. So, Tsei me'artzcha, get out of your land. Or go out of your land. And out of your father's house. And house means household, right? Leave where your father built his home so go out up from this into the land that I will tell you.
Jason, is
That's
Adele
the end of the quote, no.
Okay. Well,
Adele said he would be here.
Yeah, he just
in
popped
the
on
third session.
Google. He just popped onto the Google Doc. That's why I was asking. Okay.
I love your join our Patreon. That is lovely. Yes, I should say. I should always start the sessions by saying join Patreon and subscribe to YouTube. Right? Patreon.com/The Hebrew Cafe. Get your butts over there, sign up, and make this thing work. Smash that subscribe button.
Smash that like button. Engage with the post any way you can. Let's go.
Indeed.
Tell your mama. I'm just kidding.
Make us successful, people. Make us successful. All right. So 1B, Adele, we see you sending messages, but we do not see you on the screen. Yeah. Okay. So let's get into the next one. Who's going for 1B? Of course, 1A, B, and C are all part of the same exercise in the book. He just makes them so long.
I can take 1B.
I think Muriel would like the contrasted colors because she said last week that the bright white screen was causing her problems with her eyes. And I think that this is a good solution.
Okay.
Who's going for 1B?
Galen
I can
said
do
he's
it.
going to do it.
Yallah.
ויקח אברהם את שרה אשתו.
ויקח.
ויקח. ויקח.
No. Yeah.
ויקח. ויקח אברהם את שרה אשתו ואת לוט בן אחיו ויצאו ארצה כנען וישבו שם.
Notice the placement of the accent. So not arza, but arza. Arza.
ארצה. ארצה.
That's what they call me. They call me a little Artsa. They don't call me that, but it's just sounds fun.
I don't know what joke you're trying to say. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
too
okay.
old. You just say they call me the arza?
That's what they call me, little Artsa. Little Artsa.
Does that mean something?
No. It's just
Oh.
that every rapper, it was like a Vine, where I was like, oh my God, I don't even know. Yeah, it's very,
You
yeah,
said little arza?
little arts. No, he said, no, it's just like little is like any rapper. It's like just the most random word with
Like
little in front of it.
Lil Nas.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Hmm. I've noticed a lot of like in political debates online, when they're debating, Israel, Palestine, that kind of thing, they want to say like Haaretz, the newspaper. They're quoting pieces from the newspaper in Israel,
Uh-huh.
Haaretz, and they say Haaretz because it's Haaretz or S, Haaretz. And they put the stress right there. It's so funny, Haaretz instead of Haaretz. Like we say Haaretz, and they say Haaretz, and I'm like, it's not Haaretz, and I want to tell them, but they don't listen to me. Anyway, Abraham took Sarah, his wife, and Lot, his nephew, the son of his brother, right? Son of brother means nephew. And son of daughter of brother means niece, or it could be brother or sister, right? Just like son of uncle means cousin, or daughter of uncle means cousin. There is no modern Hebrew word for cousin. We use ben dod or ben doda, bat dod or bat doda, like son of uncle, daughter of uncle, daughter of uncle, or daughter of aunt, whatever, dod and doda. But there is a modern Hebrew word for nephew. We have gotten a word for that, and that's achyan. Achyan. In the Bible, I think beni, son of my son. In modern Hebrew, it's say nechdi. Neched. Neched is grandson.
Interesting.
So we have a neched or grandchild, nechda. We have achyan and achyanit for niece and nephew. But we still don't have a word for cousin, which cousin is just son of uncle, son of aunt, daughter of uncle, daughter of aunt. Yeah. All right. So his nephew, and they went out to the land of Canaan, and they dwelt there by Yeshivusham. Great.
All right. Vahi ra'av ba'aretz. Sorry. Vahi ra'av ba'aretz. Vayomer Avraham el Sarah. Nirdana Mizraima. Vanerdu Shama. Sorry.
Vayiradu sham.
Yes, sorry.
Vayiradu sham.
I just have to zoom in because I could see it. That's all.
Do you have your text? Like, there's this button here that puts it at 200.
Yeah, I got it now. I just hadn't done it. There was a famine in the land.
Oh, that's nice.
And Abraham said to Sarah, let's Go down. Come on, sister. Let's
Go
go down.
down, Sarah.
To
Oh, sister,
to
let's go down.
to Egypt land. Just kidding. Toward Egypt, and they went down to there.
So the end of the quote was right. Let's go down to Egypt, and they went down to there. That's not part of the quote.
Dana, is that cohortative? So,
What?
Nirda-
Nered. Nered is we will go down, and Nereda, let us go down. Mhm. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way. Is it studying? Why do I have
Yeah.
studying in my head?
Yeah. It's like 3 or 4 different things, but yes, studying is one of them.
All right, so nered with a for the cohortative and nereda. So the e is reduced, like yishmor, yishmeru. Yishmeru. All right. Adonai asa לשרה כאשר אמר, ותלד שרה בן, ותקרא את שמו יצחק. ויגדל הנער, ויהי אלוהים איתו. ותאמר שרה אל אברהם אישה, לא יירש בן האמה הזאת עם בני, עם יצחק. All right, so God, or the Lord, did for Sarah, or to Sarah, according to what he had said, or another, as he had said. And Sarah gave birth to a son. She bore a son. And she called his name Isaac. Tzchak. And the lad, the boy, grew up. And God was with him. And the boy grew up. He grew, and God was with him. And Sarah said to Abraham, her man, her husband, okay, the son of this maidservant, handmaiden, that's a nice one. The handmaid's tale. The son of this handmaid will not inherit. He shall not inherit. Will not inherit. With my son, with Isaac. Now, this shall not pass. Shall not happen. All right. Any weirdness? Any questions? I like that we're using the feminine. The future of Yalad is Teled, Vateled, Yikra, Tikra, Vatikra. Yigdal is the future. He will grow. Remember, this is an A quality future. We have the theme vowels can be O, A, and sometimes E. Yiten. Vatomer from Amar, Yomar, Tomar, Vatomer, like Yomar, Vayomer. Lo Yirash. Yirash is first Yod, a real, true first Yod, not first Vav. Yirash. Yirash. All right. And it's masculine singular. From Yarash, Yarash, he inherited or he disinherited. All right. Now, the number 3 in the book is broken up into 4 pieces. It's extremely long.
That's silly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's so interesting how the Yelid root is in the for a father. It has to be in the causative. I just think that's in the Hithiel.
Doesn't have to be.
Does it have to be? It typically is, maybe.
Typically is.
Yeah.
You want to look at it?
Yeah, not necessarily. I think it's interesting that it's Yolid or Vaholid or something, Holid. It's I just think that it's just one of those things. It's like that's so interesting. Yeah,
I remember it being in. It's in the book of Genesis where it Yalad. Yes, it's specifically Yalad as okay. Genesis 4. Vayivaled lachanoch et irad. This is problematic because yivaled is passive nifal and it has still et as an object. And was born to Chanoch irad with et. That is very interesting. Ve'irad yalad et mechu Yael. Yalad. You see?
Yeah.
Instead of holid. It's more common to see it in the hifil, but it does exist in the kal. Umechi Yael yalad et metushael. Umetushael yalad et lamech. So it does exist. Interesting, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
Were you aware of this? Because it's something I wasn't aware of.
Well, I mean, I knew that they were both there. I just didn't. It's just when I think about it, it makes sense that to cause to bear, like it makes sense in a way, you know.
Well, if you look at let's see if I have a Hebrew New Testament. I think I do. Hebrew New Testament. Yeah. Okay. So this is from the Bible Society in Israel. It's a good, in my opinion, a good translation. Let's duck this tab, duck all tabs. Okay. All right. So if we go to, for example, Matthew chapter 1 has a genealogy, right? No, come on. Get down. Okay. Where is this? Let's just say Matthew 1. Okay. All right. Notice this one. Abraham holid et Yitzchak. Yitzchak holid et Yaakov. Yaakov holid et Yehuda. It's going to consistently use holid because this is how we use it in modern Hebrew for sure. Holid. Gever molid, isha yoledet. A man has the hifil, holid, and a woman has the kal, yoledet. So that is a distinction in modern Hebrew, and it is a distinction most of the time in the Bible. But sometimes we have the kal used for a man, and I don't know why. When I learned Hebrew, I learned kal for a woman and hifil for a man. And then reading the Bible, I found out, oh, that's not true. Yeah. Okay, so Galen, I think you are in 3A.
Yeah, unless Adele is going to do this one from the shadows, but I don't think so.
Go back to the shadow. Who said that? Who said that? Go back to the shadow. Oh my goodness, guys. It's Gandalf speaking to the Balrog.
I've never watched any of those or read the books.
I am a servant from the secret file.
Wow, that's a good impression.
All right, go.
Yehi kishmoa yoshve ha'ir ki ba'u shnei anashim el beit lot ויתקבצו לפני ביתו ויקראו אליו לאמור איה האנשים אשר באו אליך הלילה
Placement of stress. באו
אשר באו אליך הלילה היוציאה אותם אלינו.
So Hotzia is the long form. Hotzia, the long form of the imperative, right? Hotzi, Hotzia.
Okay. And it was when the dwellers of the city heard.
So dwellers are like inhabitants, right? The dwellers of the city, inhabitants of the city. We'd say today like Toshve Ha'ir. But Yoshve Ha'ir and Toshve Ha'ir is the same.
What's citizen in?
And Shmoa is here a participle? Shmoa is a participle here?
Infinitive construct. It's like according to the hearing of the inhabitants of the city. And key indicates the contents of what they heard. What did they hear? They heard that
two men came to the house of Lot, and they gathered, and they eat.
Okay, the and here, the and they gathered. You didn't have another and before this. So it's not and they gathered, but that they gathered. So, and it came to pass when the inhabitants of the city heard that the two men had come, or that two men, not the two men, but that two men had come to the house of Lot, that they gathered before his house, or in front of his house. So that's how the Vav consecutive works. It uses Vayihi to set up the narrative past, and then it will often give some kind of temporal clause after it, like to say when it happened. And then it gets to that this happened. And that begins the Vav consecutive. So if we left out Vayihi and we understood it just as a narrative past marker, we would say, when the inhabitants of the city heard that two men had come to the house of Lot, comma, they gathered together in front of the house. You know what I mean? So the and really has no place there for Vayit Kapsu.
Okay, I'll probably need to think about that a little bit more, but
just let's imagine that we erase all of the Kishmoa phrase. I'm going to erase it just so you can look at it. We erased all of this, and now it is ... Let me find Hebrew ... Okay, Vayihi ... It's setting up the past tense. Vayihi sets up the past tense, and now we have a Vav consecutive that started it, and we want to continue with Vav consecutive. Vayihi vayitkabsu lifnei veito. It's setting up the Vav consecutive. So everything that is this ... is temporal information. When did this happen? And it came to pass that they gathered before his house. You see why we would translate that with that?
I think so, yeah. And it came to pass, and then rather than saying,
because we always say, and it came to pass that this happened, and it came to pass that this happened, and it came to pass that that happened. And so always Vayihi is followed with a Vav consecutive, but it is not to be translated with the word and.
With and.
It needs to be translated with the word that.
Because the Vav is just acting as a consecutive Vav and kind of changing the aspect rather than...
And the Vayihi is just establishing we have a narrative past, and it doesn't mean anything. Vayihi doesn't mean anything, but it's connected to the Vayit Kapsu.
Okay.
And so if we put all of the time phrase back inside, Vayihi time, ki shmo yoshvei ha'ir, ki ba'u shnei anashim el beit Lot, vayitkabtzu lifnei veito. So it's establishing the time.
And would it be wrong to omit the second that? So just they gathered before his house?
No, because you already have written and it was, or and it happened, and it came to pass. The Vayihi is and it was, it happened, it came to pass. And then you can't say, and it was, he came to the house. You have to say something like, and it happened that he came to the house. And it came to pass that he came to the house. You can't just not use that. Otherwise, you have two sentences that are joined together with no conjunction and no subordination. And it came to pass, he came into the house. These are two separate sentences with no connection between them. So we need the word that because that is a subordinator in English. And it corresponds in this case to the verb consecutive in Hebrew.
Okay.
I wish that all languages worked the same and had similar features, but a lot of times they don't.
Well, they do, just not all of them. But there's large
Oh.
groups that.
But you're putting that in the wrong place.
Yeah, not there, right?
This is wrong. This is wrong.
This is wrong.
What you would do is separate it off by a comma if you want to separate it at all. Right? Because this is your ... This is right here is your ...
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass ... that they gathered.
Interesting. Okay.
And all of this, the when clause, the according to that clause, is the temporal expression. It's the time. When did that happen? And it came to pass when the inhabitants of the city heard that the two men had come to the house of Lot, that they gathered before his house. So the movement of the narrative is the gathering in front of his house. The movement of the narrative is not the two men coming to his house because we've already heard about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So would it be wrong? And it came to pass that, comma, when the inhabitants of the city heard the two, or ... they gathered before his house.
I don't think we would talk that way. And it came to pass that when the inhabitants of the city had come to the house, they gathered. Like that really wants to hold on to the subordinate clause and not be separated from it.
Okay. So that wants to
because that itself is the subordinator.
Mm-hmm.
This that this that is the subordinator.
Right. I think somebody might say that in conversational speech, but I don't think that's good grammar, like on the whole, like in English, because you want to keep. It's like splitting an infinitive, like you don't want to say
split infinitive, or what do they call them?
Yeah, but now you're splitting a whole clause apart. You don't want to do that. It's not a good idea.
My favorite things in the world are split infinitives. Like I don't agree with that rule at all because I love Star Trek. To boldly go where no one has gone before. Right? Fantastic. Oh, we gotta keep moving. That they gathered before his house. Before his house could be in front of his house. Lifnei veto. Everybody seems to think that was a good explanation of the above consecutive thing. So I appreciate the feedback.
So would I not use the and here and
they gathered before his house and
cried,
and they called to him, that is to Lord.
He called to him, saying where are the men which came?
Contents of saying.
Comma, because it's now quotation.
And normally, because men are humans, we don't say which, we say who.
Who?
Which and who is the same thing, but which, like who is used for people.
Okay.
Right? Where are the men who came to you?
Bring them
Halayla. Halayla, tonight.
Tonight, Halayla.
Where are the men who came to you tonight? Question mark. Bring them out to us, that we may know them. Yes, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to know them. All right.
And let's see. Vayetze aleichem lot, vayomer
aleichem. Stress. Vayetze.
Vayetze. Sorry. Vayetze aleichem lot, vayomer aleichem al na tishpachu damim, velo shamu elav vayishu lishbor et hadalet. Vayigof otam.
They wanted to break the letter D, the dalet. The difference between dalet and dalet.
Right, yeah. Vayigof otam Adonai velo ra'u vayivakashu et hadalet velo matzahu That's Sa'u. Sorry, threw me off the second time.
Mhm.
And he went, and Lot went out to them. And said to
Hello.
them,
Hello.
"Oh, oopsie! I was just going, man." He said to them, "Boop boop doop. Do not spill blood. Do not shed blood, please,
And why is blood in the plural?
because there's multiple people. Do not spill their blood.
No.
Do not spill bloods." He's talking about the game.
Because when blood, yeah. No, when blood is in the plural, it means lifeblood.
Oh, okay. He's just a
It
crib,
means
man.
it means like if it's not blood like if you cut yourself, you bleed and blood came out. That's dumb. But if you cut yourself, if you cut your neck and all of your blood comes out and you die, that's damim.
Yeah. Don't kill him, please. In other words. But they did not hear him. Listen, they did not. Yeah. But they did not listen to him. They did not pay him heed. And they
paid him not heed.
Yeah. And they came near to to break the door.
The Dalit.
The Dalit.
Mm-hmm.
And but the Lord, Yod Hey Vav Hey,
Did strike.
smote them.
Well, smote would normally be killed, but this isn't killed. It's like struck.
Okay, fair. And they plagued him.
The Lord smite thee.
So that they could not see. So they did not see.
Mm-hmm.
And
We definitely have this modal sense with regular verbs of seeing and hearing.
Yeah.
Like see is with ee. Oh, search. Okay. So in English, when somebody's giving a speech and they're not talking into the microphone, everybody starts saying, "I can't hear you. I can't hear you." Right? We can't hear you. Speak up. We can't hear you. But in Hebrew, you don't say, "We can't hear you." You say, "We don't hear you." Lo shom'im. Lo shom'im. We don't hear. You don't say, "Lo yecholim lishmoa." We can't hear. I don't know why that is, but this modal sense is definitely built into the verb. They could not see. They didn't see. They couldn't see. And they were looking for the door, right? And they didn't find it. Matsa'u. What's the difference in matsa'u and mats'u?
The pausal form.
Exactly. Like the difference between hadalet and hadelet.
Yeah. So
dalet is pause.
I think the difference comes down to the action side of the verb that Kevin has been talking about. You know, and I was asking him about this.
Let's ignore that's an ugly word. It's an ugly word. Action side.
Action side.
Ugly word.
It's a technical term. That's why we use it. Yeah. But
when the Germans make up a word, it becomes technical.
Yeah, well, you know.
Why can't we just say it in English? Action sart.
Action sart.
Action.
And you think that's better than action sart?
I don't know. I don't know what German Action sart means.
I don't know. I could probably find out.
The benefits of being a linguist. They are few. All right. I've read a lot of linguistic papers that I thought were just making crap up. I did not enjoy them. But, yeah. All right, 3C. That's Galen, right? Oh, Galen's here. We talked about it's me. Vayomru hamalachim elot. I don't think in the book in the chapter, I don't think they called them malachim. Did they? They didn't say the angels.
I don't think.
They called them men the whole time, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh well, we're using the word angels. Vayomru hamalachim elot. צא מן העיר, אתה וכל בני ביתך, כי משחיתים אנחנו את המקום. וישמע לוט בקולם, like we had El above, where ולא שמעו אליו. ולא שמעו אליו, they did not listen to him, they did not obey him, they did not hearken unto him. But here we have Be, right? וישמע לוט בקולם, ויצא הוא ואשתו ושני בנותיו, וימלטו לנפשם ההרה. Hara is not Chara. Chara is crap. But Hara is to a mountain. Hara to the mountain. All right. So the angels, I'm going to move the mouse, said unto Lot, get out of the city, you and all your house, meaning all of your household, the people in your house, because, or for, we, anachnu, mashchitim, are destroying, we are about to destroy. We're not destroying it right now, but we're about to do it. He's warning. He's using the participle with this future sense. We are about to destroy the place. Okay? So, we're going to say so, because they told him to do it, and he did it. So he did it. So Lot obeyed their voice and went out, or got out. He himself, who, and his wife, I'm not going to use and, he, his wife, and his two daughters. Literally, the two of daughters of him. The two daughters of him, his two daughters. Okay? You wanted to ask a question?
Who?
And they escaped for their life to the mountain. Like they ran away. Lehimalet is to escape. Lehimalet. It's nifal, nimlat.
And Shema can be used kind of interchangeably between to hear and to obey sometimes, I guess, just depending on context.
Yep. Lishmoa el mishu means to obey him. Okay. Lishmoa et ha'adon is to hear the Lord. Lishmoa oto, to hear him, and lishmoa elav, to obey him, or to listen to him, listen to what he said. Lishmoa bekolo, to obey his voice. Okay. Yeah. In modern Hebrew, we turn it into nifal for obeying. Ani nishma lehoraot hatzevet. I obey the instructions of the team, whoever's working. Tzevet, the crew, team, staff. Tzevet is all of those words. Yeah. Okay. So it's lehishama lehoraot, to obey the instructions. All right, 3D.
Okay.
Should probably have broken 4 into a couple of chunks too.
It's fine. I'll take care of it in one fell swoop.
I think the word is fell. Oops.
Well, I'm country, so I can say however I want.
Beauty of the colloquial.
Well, there's a guy. Okay, if we can vent about things we hear. I listened to Legal AF with Michael Popak on YouTube, and he always has this advertisement where he says "Heary, heary, heary, heary," instead of "Hear ye, hear ye." Like, I don't get where he got "heary." It sounds so bad. And there's another guy, Derek Lambert. Sorry, just talking about YouTube characters or presenters, whatever. Derek Lambert from Myth Vision. He says fail. He says fell. Sail. He says sell. Like all of these words that have L's in them, he doesn't pronounce A in front of them. He says eh. Drives me insane. Like I've written to him on YouTube saying, please don't say fell when you mean fail.
What about New Testament Greek?
New. But my sister does it too. My sister also does it. She says, oh, I found these boots on sale. And I'm like, no, you found them on sale. And she doesn't process it at all. But I think she also says problems with feel and fill. I don't feel well. Fill.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel very good.
I can mess that one up, but I have to be like talking really fast and just like it gets so much. If I'm talking fast, it just.
I'm a nerd. I got to say all these words right.
Is it a homonym, a word that sounds the same but has two different meanings? Is that
homonyms have the same lettering, but
same spelling and pronunciation.
So I was going to say these aren't homonyms, but for somebody who studies Hebrew, you sure have a.
They would be homophones.
Oh, homophones.
I have a bend against what?
Two words that sound almost identical, or are identical, and or are pronounced almost identically. Like
my problem is that I grew up with English, and I don't like how people abuse it. I like English to remain pure.
Like Missourians.
Pure.
Okay. Vatered.
Okay. Vatered esh Elohim mishamayim v'tochal et ha'ir ve'et kol asher ba. So
I want to listen to how you translate Esh Elohim. Fire of God. Okay.
Esh Elohim.
No, go ahead. Just keep going. I'll comment about it. Okay. I don't think that's what it means, but we'll comment about it.
The wrath.
It definitely means fire. I don't think it means God.
Mm-hmm. And here it's the fire. Tochal is referring to the fire Esh. Because Esh is feminine.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Esh is feminine.
And the city and all.
We're giving too much commentary today, I tell you.
Yeah, it's okay. We're having a good time.
Yeah. Okay, so what's it mean, Esh Elohim? What's it mean, Ruach Elohim? Ruach Elohim in Genesis chapter 1. ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים, מרחפת על פני המים. And the Spirit of God was hovering upon the surface of the waters. I don't think that's what that means either. Elohim, hi Jonathan.
Hello.
Elohim is not always used to mean God, right? Think about Nineveh. Remember Nineveh? Let's in the book of Jonah. Let's look up. Oh, this is the Hebrew New Testament. We don't.
Love me some Nineveh.
Right, we want. Okay, so we're gonna Nineveh. Nope. Give us Job, not Job. Jonah. It's Nun Yud. Nineveh. Okay. All right. I think it's in this passage right here, isn't it? No, this is chapter 1. We need chapter 3? This is it. Chapter 3, verse 3. Vayakom Yonah vayelech el Nineveh kidvar Adonai. Okay, so this is after he got spit out by the whale. It says he got up and he went to Nineveh. ונינווה הייתה עיר גדולה לאלוהים. מהלך 3 ימים. Is it possible that there is any city on earth that would be good or would be big to God? Any city on earth? Would New York City be גדולה לאלוהים? Would Tel Aviv be גדולה לאלוהים? Would Hong Kong is a very big city, very populous. Would it be עיר גדולה לאלוהים? What does it mean, לאלוהים?
It's not great.
גדולה means great.
I mean, I guess it could mean like a city devoted to the gods. That's possible. Maybe.
Not what it means either. Not what it means either. What do we mean when we say
A mighty city.
When it says Ir Gdola Lelohim, Lelohim is a homonym of the word Elohim. It doesn't mean God. It means, in this case, excessive. Excessively. It was an extremely large city. Lelohim does not mean God. No city is great to God. God is bigger than all cities, bigger than the whole earth. So what city could be great or big to God? Nineveh הייתה עיר גדולה לאלוהים מהלך 3 ימים. It took 3 days to walk from one end of the city to the other end of the city. I walked from North Tel Aviv to South Tel Aviv in about 3 hours. What city in the world would take 3 days to traverse if you were walking? So it's saying it's an extremely big city. It does not mean that it's a city great to God. Right? So what does it mean here that Esh Elohim yarda mi'ashamayim? It means a powerful fire, a strong fire, a mighty fire. Elohim is used as a homonym to mean powerful, strong, mighty.
Wow.
And when it says in Genesis 1:2 that Ruach Elohim merachefet al pnei hamayim, most modern translators who are not inspired by the King James Bible would not say the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. They would say a mighty wind was blowing upon the surface of the waters. Because it's Elohim is used as a homonym to mean powerful, mighty. So it's not the fire of God. It's a mighty fire, a strong, powerful fire came down from heaven and devoured.
The same vowel
Mhm.
marks? Would it be the same
Yeah.
vowel marks regardless? Okay.
That's what makes it a homonym.
That's what makes it a homonym.
Homonym is from homo, like the same, and onyma, a name, the same word, the same name. Right? Okay. Sorry to go on a rant. That was fun. Jonathan, hi, welcome.
Hello. I'm even early. Earlier
Yes,
than what I
indeed,
told you.
early.
Yes.
Colton said he would tackle number 4 because it's a big long one and he wanted it.
Oh,
So
well,
he's gonna
good for
tackle
him.
that one. And then Jonathan can have a big long number 5.
Yeah. Okay. ויאמר יוסף אל אחיו, הורידו.
Oh God, I'd love to preach about the 2. Why is it Echav and not Achav? Why is it Echav? Because remember, Achiv is his brother, Achiv. Right? Achiv. So why isn't it Achav? Why is it whenever it's Chav, it becomes Echav? You remember that rule? It's the same reason we have Achat But when there's a kamatz here, it's echad.
Right.
Not achad, but echad. Before the guttural with kamatz, you don't have another kamatz as a
Right.
general rule. If it's like stressed. So har is mountain. So if it's unstressed normally. So harim, mountains, right? But when you put hey in front of it, it's not ha harim, it's he harim.
Right.
The same rule that makes this he harim makes that echav, his brothers. Okay, sorry about that. Same rule.
Yeah.
It's the place of the kamatz.
Okay.
ויאמר יוסף אל אחיו,
הורידו אליי את אחיכם החתן וידעתי כי אמת דברתם. ויהי כשומם
אמת, אמת, אמת דיברתם. There's אמת, it's not אמת.
דברתם. אוקיי. ויהי כשומם את דברי יוסף ויראו מאוד ויאמרו איש אל רעהו חטאנו לאדוני בדבר אחינו לכן באה עלינו הצרה הזאת. ולא יכול יוסף לעמוד בפני אחיו ויצא. Okay. Joseph said to his brother, go brothers. Sorry.
Remember? Yeah, brothers. Good.
Yeah. Go down to me. Come down to me. Bring me down. Sorry.
No, bring down. Bring
Yeah.
down to me.
Bring down to me. Bring down to me. Your okay. Now I know where we're at. Your youngest brother. So I may know that you speak truth. That you're speaking the truth. That you are.
Or that you have spoken. You've spoken the truth. Because they
yeah.
already told him.
You have spoken. Yep. Sorry. You have spoken the truth. And when they heard the words of Joseph, they were afraid. They were very afraid. Very afraid. Each one, and each one said to the other,
speech.
We have certainly sinned before God, for the Lord. Sinned. Sorry.
Maybe against.
Yep. Against big
against
dog.
the Yudevape. Bidvar Achinu, maybe
concerning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Concerning.
In the matter of our brother.
Yeah.
Concerning our brother. Okay, what's next?
Lachin. Why am I spacing on that?
Put a period. What's the therefore there?
Yeah.
You have to know what the therefore is there for.
Yeah, I got there. I had to read the next sentence. Therefore,
לכן באה עלינו הצרה הזאת.
this
and Tzara is thlipsis.
Yeah, is sorry, persecution was the first word, but that's not the one I'm looking for. This distress. There you go.
How they thlipsis.
Has come upon us, and but yeah, sure. And Joseph, it's a weird transition. And Joseph was not able to stand.
What are you doing, Jason?
Translating
What
it
are
into
you doing?
Greek.
Yes, well, this isn't a Greek class.
How they thlipsis.
And
Oh my gosh.
his
This is the
brothers,
Hebrew Cafe.
he left. He went out. He went away. Went away. Sure.
Belfen un how they thlipsis epimas. Ephemas. That's fun.
I don't think
Yeah.
FMS.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're reading it. Belfen un how they thlipsis ephemas. All right. Number 5, Jonathan, do you want it?
3 minutes. Do we have time to do
I'm
this one?
certain that this quotation mark needs to be closed right there. Certain that you don't open a quote and never finish it, because that would be awful.
See, the thing
And it doesn't go out there.
It was there. It just wasn't the same color as the. It just wasn't the same
So
color.
it has to stop right there, and then we have to have and.
Yeah, see, it was there. It's just it was that navy color like everything else, so you just couldn't see it.
What's the quotation mark there for? What's the there for there? The quotation mark there for?
What's the quote? You got to quote the Asian mark.
That's not funny. That's just not.
All right, so Vayugad Be'ozne Para.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. God. Makes me want to leave. Vayugad Be'ozne Paro lemor hine. Avi Yosef ve'echav u'neshehem uvnehem ba'im Mitzrayma vayikra Paro el Yosef vayomer elav hine Eretz Mitzrayim lefanecha hi Hoshev et bnei beit avicha b'makom asher yitav be'enecha v'hetiv etiv imam. All right.
What
So
about imam?
Pual passive. It was declared in the ears of Pharaoh. That's probably not good English. Quotation mark. Look, Avi Yosef, the father of Joseph and his brothers and their wives and their sons are coming towards Egypt. And Pharaoh called out, Vayomer elav hine eretz, said to him, look, the land of Egypt is before you. The he is referring to Egypt, right? So the land of Egypt, so that's emphatic. The land of Egypt is before you. Hoshev, is that an imperative?
Mm-hmm.
Settle.
Hoshevet b'nei beit avicha.
Settle your sons.
Cause them
settle.
to dwell.
Huh?
Cause your children, cause the sons
so
of your father's household
settle.
to dwell.
Yeah, settle. That's what I put it into English. Settle the sons of the house of your father, or of your father's house.
Father's household.
Mm-hmm. In the place which is good, or maybe whether it is good in your
No,
eyes.
it's not whether. That. The place that is good, or that would be good in your eyes.
Vehetiv etiv.
Ve'tev
Vehetiv etiv imam. So he.
and I will.
Oh yeah, I will surely settle with them.
Lo, not settle.
Good.
Ve'tiv.
It's good.
I will
I
be
will
good.
be. I will be
I will
good.
be good with them.
I'll treat her
Wait,
good.
it. Yeah, it. No.
Them.
Is that right?
All right.
Vehetiv
Sure.
etiv.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I've thrown together number 6, just so we can close this out. We're a couple minutes late. Vayhi ra'av ba'aretz, vayered Yaakov mitzrayma, vayeshev sham. Vayhi legoy gadol chazak v'rav, vayir'u mipanav hamitzrim, vayomru, hine b'tochenu am gadol v'chazak. והיה כי תהיה מלחמה ונלחם גם הוא בנו. ויעבידו ויתנו עליו. Sorry. This is the end of the quote here. I read that wrong. So he or they enslaved him and put work upon. Okay. That's not an exclamation. All right. ויעבידו ויעבידוהו ויתנו עליו עבודה ויצעק ישראל אל אדוני מעבודתו. עבודתו. Okay, so there was famine in the land, Vayirav Baaretz, and Jacob went down to Egypt and dwelt there, and he became a great, strong, and mighty nation. I took Gadol and Rav, normally are synonyms, they have the same meaning. Gadol and Rav both mean big, so I took one as great and one as mighty. And the Egyptians were afraid of him, that is of Israel. And they said, behold, among us is a great and strong nation in our midst, right? And it shall come to pass when there will be war. It means, and if there should be war. If there should be a war, then they will fight also them against us, or he. It's using the singular for Israel. Ve'yaviduhu, and he caused him to work, right? He enslaved him. We use a different word for enslaved today with a sheen prefix, shi'abed. It's like a PL with a sheen prefix. Vayitnu alav avoda, they put work upon him, it means they forced him to work. Vayitzak Yisrael el Adonai, Israel cried out to God, me'avodato, from his work, meaning because of his work or his labor or his service. And we will, with that, we'll continue, because obviously this chapter's pretty long. We'll continue with part 2 next week. And right now we're going to go straight into the English to Hebrew. For whoever wants to join us, people from Dad Finally Caught You Live, Colton. Who is that?
Who was
I
that?
guess that's a brother.
That's my dad.
Oh.
Ah, hello, Dad. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm sorry we didn't. I preached a lot in this lesson. It kind of made us lose time.
Because
But we will finish up
raining
exercise 34. Yeah,
Hey, Jason, shut up.
they just let me go. But I think I clarified some things that people wanted to know. So that was,
A couple things, yeah.
anyway, yeah, we're going to go into the Patreon section. We'll see you guys in just a minute. Bye, everybody.
Folks.
Bye.